A little over a month ago, the United States government declassified a fairly lengthy document that outlines some of Israel's nuclear capabilities. At the time, it was covered in Russia and it was covered in Iran. That's it. That's it. And it was right at the time when Obama was trying to pressure Netanyahu into canceling his U.S. trip. This was clearly political payback. There were sections in there about France and England that were all redacted, blacked out, but not Israel's. So this was a serious breach at the time, as you can see. And by the way, I was watching television. I'm trying to think of the year when President Nixon, former President Nixon, was still alive and was on Larry King and said, Israel has nuclear weapons. And I think as the words left his mouth, you could see Larry King's face, and Nixon said, "Don't ask me how I know, but I know." And I mean, we are the former president of the United States. Of course you know. You have access to classified documents. So it's not that it hasn't been out there, but that was not an official communique from the U.S. government. Obama put it out there. This is an act of betrayal, all right? Now, media in this country is covering it. And that's why I am. I didn't know about it back in February. I just heard about it yesterday. So I'm like, hey, let's talk about this. Also, there was talk that the president's press secretary would not commit that the administration was going to get whatever this portion of the deal was not going to get it in writing. Was it a handshake? A wink and a nod? A one-page outline with signatures at the bottom? Then this morning it's in the news that our government is agreeing to allow the Iranians to have hundreds of centrifuges, which are critical to the development of weapons-grade nuclear material, in a facility that was a secret facility that Iran for a while denied that it even existed, and it's got massive bunkers and fortifications. Now we're going to let them keep centrifuges there? Look at this as something that's of a piece, okay? The Obama administration is bent, hell-bent, on letting Iran get nuclear weapons. And by releasing the documents that Israel has nuclear weapons, that was putting Iran in a position to insist for our own defensive capabilities. Israel could nuke us. I mean, think India, Pakistan, all right? Two nations with a long history of fierce animosity. Pakistan being primarily Muslim, India being primarily Hindu, and Pakistan, anyway. So they both have nuclear weapons. So they both have a gun pointed at each other's head. Cold War, like the U.S. had with the Soviet Union. So Obama put the Jews, the state of Israel, in a position where now they have to agree to let Iran have a gun to their head because, well, Israel, you've got a gun to Iran's head, and what's fair is fair. This is treachery of the highest order. And I just have one question for our Republican leaders. Why aren't you impeaching this president? Why? It took me 14 years to write it. 4 rewrites, countless edits. I poured my heart and soul into Dragon Slayers. It points a very inspiring and painful book to write. I encourage you to go to our website and look at the reviews that we have gotten from readers of this book, and then avail yourself. It's an allegory, and I promise you, you'll be inspired. Why does a nice guy like me keep getting thrown in jail? I have been arrested almost 50 times and spent over a year of my life locked up in various prison facilities. And I wrote a book, many books. In fact, one of them is called Why Does a Nice Guy Like Me Keep Getting Thrown in Jail? It's a theological work, answering those who say that the church should not be involved in politics or that we should retreat.
I encourage you to get it. In fact, get one and give it to your pastor.